Hey, everybody, I'm so excited. So, I'm just going to tell you, you guys all love her and me together, hence why she's doing it with me every month now. Debra Silverman is the most awesome astrologer walking on the planet. And we are here to talk about October. And we're going to go through all the signs and we're going to have a great time today. Take it away, Deborah. What the heck in October?
Okay, well, I just want to say that in September, especially the end of September, so you
Yeah.
guys are probably watching this just like a week after, there was a square between Mars and Pluto because Mars entered Scorpio and Pluto's in Aquarius. So the tension in the political, all the month of September, feeling that uncomfortable feeling, it's not so bad in October. So it goes away. I want to start with that. There's five planets. At one point, there's six planets in water in
Ooh,
the
I
month of
love it.
October.
Time for
Yeah,
a
so it's good for you. For all the people, the Cancers, the Scorpios, the Pisces, this is going to be a really powerful month for you because there's an incredible access to fluidity and spontaneity and feeling like your creativity is coming back. We'll talk about specifically who gets touched by that. But can you imagine if a baby were born with five or six planets in water? That's a psychic. It's an intuitive. There's three in Scorpio the whole month. Well, I'm going to
Mm.
tell you about. We've really got a strong, deep water month, and there's no fire the whole month of October. So for the fire people, that's kind of a drag because they love to be matched. But for the water people, it's like, oh, finally a bit of reprieve because get this, all the outer planets are retrograde until the
That's
23rd of
good.
October. One starts to go direct, but everybody's backwards.
Well, don't
So
you think though during a retrograde it enables us, like I love retrogrades, because I think the slowing down piece enables us to be more present since our
totally.
since our agency to choose where our attention goes gets so hijacked otherwise. So I feel sort of like, oh, we could jump back into more of a flow state this month as opposed to being in that, relative edge. Well, it was a very edgy. A lot of things happened in September. We don't have to name, but big, edgy,
Oh,
giant.
it was edgy.
Yeah,
Yes, people are all feeling the effect of the political atmosphere everywhere in the world.
everywhere
So
in the world. Yeah,
there's a little bit of a reprieve in
yeah,
October. So, and just to say, Neptune is going to go back. It's so funny. Saturn went back in Pisces. Neptune goes back in Pisces.
yeah.
Everybody's going backwards. Uranus is going to go back in Taurus. So we're having that's for a little while later. But we are, to your point, retrogrades invite us to take a breath. And that's true when Mercury's no Mercury retrograde this month, you guys. There is a
Wow.
full moon on, you guys write this down. I want you all to write this down. October 7th is the full moon. It's in Aries. It's for all you Libras, it's your birthday month. And for all you Aries, it's like an activation portal. So there's that. And we're going to go through each sign. And because October, after the end of October, literally there's six planets in water. The sun will be in Scorpio, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune. That's so unheard of.
And what does that
So,
mean when you hear that? When you say
good
it's so
question.
unheard of, like what does it mean to
Well,
us?
okay, that's a
Yeah,
really good question. So there's four elements: water, air, earth, and fire. There's 10 planets.
yeah,
So in your case, for example, you have a lot of fire. You have like five. If there's four or five, we both have a lot of fire. If
yeah.
there's four or five planets in one element, and this is not including the North Node, it's not including Chiron, it's just the planets, the good old-fashioned planets. There's 10. So if five or six of them are in one element, that means there's no fire at all. It limits. But therefore the water element is what? Relaxing, dreaming, sexuality, yum yum, taking a break, permission to say, you know what? October, you guys, for those water signs like you, like I'm going to just flow. Don't push. You can't
Yeah.
push the water. Try pushing water. It is
Doesn't-
a natural war. So it's unlike Earth time when we were like marching and we're so serious. We're doing Capricorn or we're doing Taurus. This is a month with Libra that has everything to do with the fluidity of being gentle. So we need this. We needed a month of time out with water. What does it mean? It means the fluidity, the emotional body, the creativity, the feeling of relaxing is acceptable.
You know, it's funny. I realized as you were talking, part of why my new art of manifesting works is because it's all about flow and fluidity,
Yes.
right? So for anybody that gets too much into either the earth or the fire, or even when water is overwhelming, this brings us back into flow. I just realized,
Exactly.
wow, no wonder. Yeah, I got it. Very cool.
And
Very,
that's so interesting because this is the month of Libra,
yeah,
and Libra is the artist. And what does the artist do? They pull away from the world.
yeah.
They pick up their little brush. They start to use your book. And I've been coloring my tarot cards. I have a tarot class on Shift Network in November. If any of
Oh,
you
so
want to come
good.
through, it's so fun. I'm coloring the tarot cards because I really want to get it in. So any of these intuitive art forms, art, creating, the tarot, the divination card. This is the perfect month, October, to let your
Okay.
artist out. And what is the artist? It's the part that says, shh, I just want to be with me. I
Yeah.
want to find my muse.
And also find whatever it is that we have as our navigational tools, like the tarot. And you guys can find out when Debra's doing that at debrasilvermanastrology.com. Everything is on there. So I highly recommend her stuff. So it's either astrology, tarot, oracles, that, these divinatory
Yes.
systems, because they're systems that help us navigate when we are unable to really grok, like what to do next when
Exactly.
we are slowed down, or we don't really know what that feeling is. What do we do with this new energy? Say, for example, in October, we went from a lot of that edgy fire and, to like, oh, what do you mean I can relax now? I'm not used to that, right? What does that even mean? For some people, that's hard, right?
Yes.
So
So
it's like,
reading,
yeah,
so reading the signs, what you're really
yeah,
saying is this is the month of using these divination tools, letting yourself, it starts off with Libra. It's funny that I said we're going to spend time alone because Libras are codependent. So,
yeah.
but this month is not about codependency. This month, it's about cuddling. It's about, being connected with the three planets in Scorpio. It's the Libra, but not at the expense of your artist, of
Yeah.
the part of you that wants to do your creative muse by yourself. And that's where her book comes in. That's where studying the tarot comes in. Like, let me dive into my Libra mind.
And we both have codependent rising, by the way. We both have Libra rising. I always call it, I have codependence writings and rising.
And I
That-
always tell everyone in the company I'm codependent and I like it. I
yeah.
mean, it's okay because I'm aware. I do no, it's
Yeah,
not
I know
that.
what you mean.
It's the
Well,
codependency that says, I like when I sit next to you. And I've really learned Libra, this is the month of Libra. This is the symbol of Libra. It has a bump in the middle and it has two horizontal lines in the bottom. The Libra gets so distracted by people until they
mhm.
do that vertical connection where the hump is in the middle.
And they
And then they start,
share.
exactly. And
And
they
then without
share
at their
what they
expense.
got when they did their cards, when they did their divination, when they played their, I'm not kidding. This month is a perfect time to come study with us because Libras love to learn.
All right. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at all the different signs. I'm going to pull, Deborah's going to say her piece first. Then I'm going to pull a card from Wisdom of the Oracle to add some, what else does Spirit have to say? How do you navigate? Like, would an Aries navigate this month? Both, I think you'd probably look at the full moon and the new moon cycles for this
Yes,
month. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
All right.
So we're going to specifically look for the full moon. So listen, you guys, you Aries people, there's a full moon on October 7th in your sign.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the month, Aries, you're activated because Libra's opposite Aries. And what is a full moon? But the sun is in Libra, the moon is in Aries, and they're opposites. Oh, every full moon is a sun and moon opposite, in case you didn't know. So that creates polarity. So this is a month for you guys where you're going to be feeling energized. There's no question. Now, Saturn, I hope you all know this, Aries. In 2026, after February 15th, Saturn's going to go back into Aries and it'll be your time. But this is
Yeah.
Saturn's in Pisces, it went backwards. So your guys are still in that reprieve. You're in kind of like, oh, it's a creative time for sure. It's not, if you're born, write this down, if you're born March 20th to March 23rd, Neptune is sitting on your head because Neptune's in Aries. So you're the dreamers, those people that are experiencing that right now. You could feel a little vague. But for the rest of you, there's an activation portal on the 7th. And then the rest of this month is Aries. You're in until February. After Valentine's Day, you're in this dreamy state. You're creating, there's some flow happening, but it's not fulfilling your dreams the way it was started 3 months ago. You're in a bit of a reprieve, like a pause. So don't misinterpret that. Love to hear the cards.
So funny. It's always, you can't make this shit up. So TikTok is in the protection position, which is about you are not running out of time, right? Like it's okay that things have slowed down slightly. You did get activated. Your ideas are active. All the things, I know you got shot out of a cannon in the beginning, and all of a sudden it's like, what's all this? Like I'm now in a boat going la, 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 which is really not the most exciting place for an Aries to be, but you're still going in the right direction. So don't make it mean something that it isn't. You are still in flow. It's just a slower flow
Yes.
than what you want.
Exactly. And everything went backwards in Aries. You're feeling it. So there's a pause, but it will shift in the new year. So be prepared for
Yeah.
that.
But this is
Okay.
October. You relax.
And then the new moon for everybody, you want to write this down, is October 21st when the sun and the moon are in Libra together and it's Aries. So you have two portals. The 7th, you want to write this down. The full moon is going to affect you for sure. Activation. That's a really energetic, emotional time. And then the new moon, which is on the 21st, is going to also affect you because that's double Libra touching your Aries. So those are two different days. We're a couple of days around each side of it where you're going to feel the first one energized and the second one you're like, oh, can you just leave me alone?
Well, that's funny because this is a reminder that you don't do everything on your own. The higher power card in the protection position reminds you that you are in partnership with the divine, that you're not the one with everything on your plate to get it done, to get it off the ground, etc. You have an invisible partner at your disposal all times. So this
Right.
in the new moon is to remember, oh, like synchronicity. I have to allow myself to surrender to the synchronicities that come my way and not pre-plan every step.
And that's hard for Aries because they
Yeah.
push. So this
Yeah.
is not a
No
month
pushing.
pushing Aries. So
No.
don't push. Okay.
Even on the new moon.
Especially during that, yes, October 21st. Okay, let's go to Taurus. So Mars goes into Scorpio for the month. And it just started. This is what happened at the end of September. Mars in Scorpio again is opposite Taurus. So not only is Mars going into Scorpio, but there's 3 other planets going into Scorpio. So we've got a large activation of scorpionic energy that affects Taurus. What does that mean? Well, in the late degree Taurus, people that are born at the end of Taurus, it's going to be through till the middle of October, the opposition. You're going to have Mars opposite, you're going to have Mercury opposite, and then you might feel, here we go again. When there's an opposition between Taurus and Scorpio, the worst thing you can do to Scorpio is poke them. Like, this is why the worst thing you can do to Scorpio is poke them with Scorpio. And they're like, don't. Taurus is like, don't tell me what they get offended. But there's a lot of energy in this guy. All that Scorpio is going to be pushing you. And then there's the support from the water. Because when you add water to earth, Taurus is earth, it grows. But it means you have to not misinterpret. Like you could feel a little irritated during October. Like, why do I feel like Scorpio is pushing me around?
Too funny, because here community is in protection, which means it really is a reminder, don't take life personally. People are going to irritate you, like especially in your communities, right? It's like you're not going to get along with everybody or see the same things the same way, and that's okay. Don't take it personally because it's not personal. Like this is where you need to read Mel
Tell
Robbins.
that to a Taurus.
Right. Yeah. But you know what I mean, right? So it's really
Yes, it's
about
true.
yeah. And also it may be that you start letting go some people in your life too. That might be required, that you're like, why am I around this person? I've always kind of known that they drain me. So maybe I might want to let them go. Those are the kind of thoughts that you might have at the beginning of that month.
So
Around the
the
full moon.
3, I want to tell you guys, Taurus, the 3 planets that are going to go opposite you is Venus, Mercury, and Mars. And Mercury is going to make you feel like Mercury and Scorpio is going to make you start realizing, whoa, you do feel like you should be moving more this month. And
Yeah.
then Mars is going to come in and go, you should be moving more this month. And then Venus, and then your resistance, I love resistance, but when Taurus resists, you just say, oh, that's right, Colette and Debra said, this is a month where I could be resistant.
And by the way, those little dings are the astrology angels that are making sure Deborah reads the right charts. Okay, so we love the dings. Okay, the dings are important.
I
If
can
there
make
are no
the dings
dings,
go away. Thanks for saying that. Here, watch this. I'm going to make the dings go away. Bye bye, dings.
okay, good.
Those are
I'm
just
like, I
stars
know what's
falling on.
happening.
Those
I
are
know
just
what's happening.
stars falling on my head.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so the movement piece, I think, is really key here. Towards the end of the month, if I could just add, and then you tell me what you see around that too.
Yes.
The
Yes.
exchanging gifts card comes up for the Taurus personality. And that is really nice for you to
Yes.
go, I know who I am. I've had I've had some irritation, but you can always work around that, right? But it's more about that sense of, it's a fluid sense of how you are evolving, and it's not scary. Like,
That's
it's
right.
like, I can be okay with this change and I can share this with others.
Funny, because at the end of the month, when everything moves into water, that's the time where the
Right?
five. That's a delight for a Taurus to be
Yeah.
able to be watered and to receive the gifts of their fruit.
Yeah.
So the end of the month is better for Taurus.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, let's go to Gemini.
Love
So
you.
Gemini, of course, you're going to love the month of Libra because it's an air sign, and the studying and the learning and being open-minded. So this is a great, Libras and Geminis get along great. The early degree that are born May 22nd to May 25th, you want to all pay attention. You have a wonderful transit that's been going on now for months.
That's
Pluto
you.
and I know I'm really feeling it.
Yeah.
Pluto is trying it. Uranus is conjunct those people. That's
Yep.
not going to change until July. So you're having a Uranian influence, and Neptune is sextiling it. There's a lot of positive energy for Gemini that got started when Jupiter was in Gemini last year. And it's really important to know October, in the name of air, you're being supported. It's just a strong, and I would say to you, you tend to misinterpret when everything's watery. Like, why is everything going like, because Gemini's like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr," and there's 3 planets in Scorpio, Jupiter and Cancer, and Saturn and Pisces. They're all like, so just use the creativity fluid without making it feel like you're slowing yourself down. I wonder what the card is.
Well, it's the thinker. So you are, which is interesting because it's air, right? So it's the mind.
Exactly.
Watch what you're behind enemy lines when you're triple guessing yourself, right? And don't overanalyze, but learn. Like Deborah said, it's a wonderful month. You have real clarity this month. So don't overthink, why is this happening, when in fact it's really for your benefit. So it's kind of a little bit of a mixed bag, right? Clarity
Clarity plus trust.
plus trust, exactly, and don't overanalyze. Yeah, but it's great. It really is great.
Yeah, because you're in air. And just because the world has so much water, because that's unfortunately what happens to a Gemini when there's lots of quiet or slowing it down or emotional, as they get disturbed, they go up in their head. That's what you're saying. So if
Yeah.
you can just say, I am good with this, I was prepared. This is a highly emotional month because of all the water, and you've got dreams you've been cooking on
Yeah.
for a while now. Keep going.
And at the end, can we just jump in at the end, like closer to that new moon? So this is also really good for Geminis. It's clean it up. So it's kind of like, imagine that the water came into your house, and the stuff that needed to go that you kind of got distracted by but forgot all about because you put them in a pile and you left it over there. It's kind of now bubbling on the surface, and so it's time for it to leave at the end of the month in order to make space for all that good stuff that you've been preparing for. So it's kind of like a mini spring cleaning in the fall, right? So
Yes, that's the 21st. And
yeah,
because you're so right, double Libra for Gemini is very conducive for
yeah,
creativity and making space by letting go. So
you're letting go.
I'm
Yeah.
right with you.
Perfect.
Okay. Now you're going to love this, Colette, for Cancers. So you're at the effect of the people that are born June 13th to 22nd that are Cancers. Jupiter's sitting on you right now, and that is it's 23,
July.
20, yes, July. So did I say the wrong date?
Yeah.
July 13th to 22nd.
Yes.
It's in service to you, Cancers. Anyone born in that moment,
Yay.
in that window of time. Yeah, you're just, whether you're feeling like you're gaining weight, whether you're feeling like you're having too many opportunities and you're feeling so busy because Jupiter is blessing you with opportunities, it is true. You're in a wonderful cycle, buying a new house, making a move. All those Jupiter things are really affecting Cancers.
Ding. Okay. So at the beginning of the month,
Well, I
okay,
guess it was
that's
true.
okay. We all know it's good. We all know what it is. Okay, so here and now is the card for Cancerians for this month in October, and not to
Yes.
go past the moment. Like don't let yourself get bogged down by what didn't happen, or even like when you have the opportunity that you grasp onto, like, well, this could make this happen. Instead, just really enjoy what's in front of you this month. It's also super, super important to, like, in many respects. Yeah, it's funny. I know I'm not gaining weight because I got off sugar a month ago. So yay! Thank you, God.
That was so wise. That's a great thing to
Yes.
say to cancers.
Yes,
Give
off the
yourself
sugar,
permission.
off the flour. But this is
I'm
about also about the opportunities for the Cancerian not to allow yourself to get overwhelmed by them, and be discerning one opportunity at a time. Be
That's my
discerning.
whole point. It could feel overwhelming if you
Yeah.
weren't careful. Because guess what? All that Scorpio, the 3 planets in Scorpio that are going through, they trine Cancer. So not only is Jupiter there, Saturn is in Pisces, but there's 3 planets in Scorpio. So that when you ask the question, what happens when water is so fluid? When a water sign's in water, they're home. So this is a wonderful month for you guys.
Yeah. At the end of the month, it reminds us. So we go into that new moon cycle. It's
That's when
very
the sun goes in Scorpio, too, at the end of the month.
Well, this is interesting because it enables us as Cancerians to look at where is the foundation of our lives unstable. So, in other words, like, where is that one block that we didn't want to let go of because we were so tenacious? No, I know it because it's familiar. And we're like, well, you got to let go, right? Because, Cancerians don't let go of anything that don't have our claw marks all over it. And I'm one, so I can say. So we're getting into Scorpio, which is about that depth. Like, Scorpio is about deep. Don't, like, if you have the thing hiding in the basement, it's time to throw it out.
Okay, good. So that just means Scorpio. That means for all of you Cancers to use the Scorpio energy to call yourself out,
Yeah.
especially the ones like you who are like really look around and go, "This is so good right now. So much is going on. How do I discern what I want to focus on?" Which
Yeah.
means letting go.
Yeah.
Okay, Leo. This is not the funnest month for Leo because all that Scorpio squares you. So Scorpio and Leo don't get along. They're fire and water. This is beginner astrology 101. When you have a month, and that's towards the end of the month, when we turn into Scorpio after the 22nd. But the Libra and Leo get along great. So it's going to start off with you having some energy, and then you're going to feel that square energy because Mars is already in Scorpio. And for those of you born ready, July 23rd and 24th, you have Pluto opposite. Pluto is in Aquarius. If your sun's in Leo, you're having an activation for this whole year. So I want to really say that to any of you born, and this is a great time to go get a reading because you need information to go, what is happening? Now, the good news is Jupiter in Cancer is going to be giving you more attention to your home. What do you love most? Your kids. You're going to feel the energy around your household. And we're in fall when they're all in school. And if you're feeling the frustration of Mars hitting you, the square influence, don't misinterpret that. I'm so interested what the card is because it's a watery. I don't want you to do drama. That's
Right.
what I
Well,
want.
that's what this is. Stay out of drama. So the mending card is in the protection position. So understand what is yours and what is not yours to deal with. Where do you have power? Where do you not? So this isn't the time for you to be all this magnanimity that the Leo personality has for everybody when there's a string attached to it. Like, I'll forgive you as long as we do this together. Like, it's really stay out of the drama. Recognize
And keep
that
your hands off the kids. You know what the biggest
hands
word that
off.
drops
That's right.
for the Leo is the mom wanting to control. That's what
Let
really
go
happens.
control in this month.
And Scorpio, all that Scorpio squaring all that Leo. This is not that you just have to say to yourself. I once did this at a dinner with I had 2 boys here, and I said, "Do I bug you guys giving you instructions all the time?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, would you start saying mom whenever I start to do that control thing, that Leo thing?" And then they just kept saying mom, mom. I was like, I keep telling them when to wear. You better put your rain gear on. You better make sure the car doors are. I was like, oh, and I called myself out. And I reduced it. That's your job this month, Leo. Pay attention when you hit your claws on people.
Mm-hmm. And at the end of the month, in the new moon, moving into Scorpio, right?
Yes.
It is time for a nap. So not only do we say meddling is no bueno, now we go into like, I would also keep napping a little bit.
What a great idea for a Leo to relax a little bit.
But you know what's great about this is that this enables a Leo to reconsider, how you place your energy. So this is a really great month. You may not be able to do the thing you love doing, which is to show everybody your love and your attention and,
Tell them what to do.
Tell them what to do. But the playful side of Leo gets to come out. That's what we want to focus on. Allow that part of you that may not have been allowed to play to come out and play. Leo is also creative, like finger paint, do my book, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's going
Let
to
your
be good.
creativity. That would be the way to take your attention off everybody else and to reduce the drama.
Yeah,
This
and meditate. That's the other one.
not easy for a Leo. Okay, so Venus is in Virgo. And so before it enters into, this is a great story. There's permission this month for you guys to be very creative, Virgo. This is, first of all, you got all that water. Again, Virgo's earth. We've got Jupiter and Saturn and Neptune. Everybody's in water. So when you pour water on earth, it grows. So it's a great month for Virgo because you love Libras. Virgos love Libras. They have a similarity. They're both perfectionists and they both have high value for the aesthetic. So I'm going to say, Virgo, for this month, when Venus is in your sign, pay attention to your relationships, to your artistic expression. Make sure that you're really putting attention on what you value most without guilt-free cards, because there's a lot of chi supporting you.
Yeah.
What was the card?
Well, soulmates is about also
It's the Venus,
right, but it's about friendships, and it's about the creative expression with others. It's not just alone. This isn't an alone month for Virgos also. So it's about sharing. And knowing that you have real, genuine support from the people in your life, and let them in. Let them in.
And because the portal of the eclipses in September on the 7th and 21st.
That was such a great eclipse. I loved it.
And it affected Virgo. It was in Virgo and Pisces. So whatever got initiated in September, you are really going to be feeling it. And that's what I'm trying to say with Venus there and soulmates and friendships. You've really got to reach out, Virgo. This is a time, because Virgo in the tarot deck is the hermit. You can get lost, but not during the month of Libra when Venus is in Virgo. It's really your time to include other people, especially during that new moon. So
and it says keep going. The unfinished business card is there too. Say, like, whatever you started, it is the time to complete, to move forward, to take the next step. Again, that's not alone.
Yes, because we're in the month of Libra with Venus there.
Yeah.
Okay. Virgos, you are in a roll because of that eclipse. Something had to change. I'd love to hear from you. I can guarantee that the Virgos listening to this were like, whoa, that portal was so intense. Happy birthday to Libra. Happy birthday to Libra. So the second half of the month, once Venus leaves Virgo, it's going to go into Libra. So you're going to be feeling the relationship, all the Libras, whether it's the art or it's the beauty or it's the music or it's the friendships. This is really important for you. And if you're early degree, September 24th to 25th, you're having a big change because Neptune is opposite you. So I'm thinking about someone we both know who's going through a big change right now because he's born September 24th. So pay attention to those people. 2026 for Libra is very activating the upcoming year because Saturn's going to be in Aries. So you're kind of having a reprieve right now, Libra. It's your birthday, but be prepared because 2026 is a year for you where you're going to see changes. No question. You've been working harder. You might get a new job. Your relationship might be getting a lot better because we know how much you care about that. And after February 15th, this is like when Saturn enters Aries. So we're talking about a little ways away. That's when everything gets really strong. So enjoy your birthday and know that you're in a change cycle and ground with all this earth and water energy. It's not Libras, they're a little bit of airheads. Can we tell the truth? What'd you get?
So even look at the card, it's in water, right? There's Treasure Island. But what's beautiful about that, because there's tons of hearts and stars above the treasure chest, right? That is already part of the turtle, right? So that's the whole point of the card art. So for Libra, it really is about recognizing that you're moving in a direction where actually things do get a little bit more narrower, even though there's an expansion. I think it's because you start to become way more authentic about what you love and what loves you. And so it is really great, especially at the beginning of the month and towards the end of the month when we get into into Scorpio. This gets a bit dicey for you, a little bit only, not too much, but it'll be like, wait, I thought everything was so great. So it's kind of like a little bit of I would say rapid change. You're going to feel it and you're going to be like, you're like, well, what do I do with this? And you don't have to do anything. You just have to go with the flow. Your boat is not going to capsize. It's just not.
And it's your birthday month. So don't even get discouraged by
Yeah,
that,
don't.
because it's going to, and then Venus, get this, Venus is in Libra on October 14th. It leaves Virgo, comes into Libra. I could see new love. I could see
Yeah.
Libra's, like a romantic era is coming your way,
And
which is your
also
favorite.
when we look at romantic era, it's also, you know, it's reclaiming lost dreams, right? That is like that romance, like when you look at like the grail, the thing that you left behind because you spent all your time doing all these things, all of a sudden now it's an opportunity for you to say, I want to fall in love with myself again. I want to fall in love with life again too. Life, not just a romantic partner, but also that life will be your romantic partner.
I
And
think this is the biggest thing for Libra, what you just named,
yeah,
is they get so fixated in traditional love when
yeah,
it's a love for life. And
love
that's
for
a
life.
big,
Yeah,
so people that are, whether you're single or whether you're married, Libra, I'm going to do it again. That big hump in the middle, it's the vertical connection that's the most important. And if you do that for your birthday gift to yourself, really make it about you, which is so un Libra like, this is your birthday month.
yeah, love it.
Okay, here comes Scorpio. What a powerful month. You've got Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Scorpio. You have Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Pisces, and Neptune's back in Pisces. How much water? The Scorpio's dream is everybody shut up. Like, a lot of people don't talk. They want to create. They want to talk when there's a creative project, but they can't do chit chat. It's like uncomfortable to them. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? This month we're all about you.
Yeah, I love that. And an opportunity to see how far you've come too, because the round and round card is like, I have now come so far, right? This is now my view on things. Like I may have seen this before 10 times, but now my Scorpio sees and knows. And, you know, like remember the phoenix from the ashes, we have the, like all of that life begins again from a new perspective and perception. And that is what Scorpio is saying to all of us, as well as what I love towards the end of the month. It is about doing the Scorpio, like the chop wood. I'm going to be that. I'm going to do it, be it, know it unabashedly.
Yes, I would really echo that and say when there's 3 planets in Scorpio, including Mars, it's your turn to get your hands dirty. You've been doing this. It's almost like I feel like Scorpio, you're this month is the entrance of you not being so frustrated. Like there's a
Right.
flow now going on. And yes, it's a circle. You may have to continue doing what you started, but there's a flow happening. And it's a
Mhm.
successful month,
Very,
October.
very profound.
Good month for our favorite Scorpios. Very energetic.
Yeah.
Okay, Sag. You know, Sag and all of this Scorpio makes them energetically crazy. So you're going to have to get some discipline this month because it's pushing you. And your job right now, Sag, is to stay the course. Because part of you just, when it gets this heavy, you're like, can we go? So I don't want to encourage, like, is that, what's the card you got?
Building blocks and protection, which is about having an unstable foundation and needing to check out where, like it's like, oh, I'm on I got to get out, as opposed to, oh, I just need to replace a brick. You know what I mean?
Yes,
It's like,
exactly. Don't run. That's
don't
what's going to,
run. Look.
you're going to feel like, wow, this is so much going on. Sag, come back, make a goal, make a list. Sag hate
Mhm.
list. Make a list this month during October and use the practical energy that came from Scorpio and came from Cancer and not let it feel like it's disturbing you.
And also towards the end of the month, be very careful that you don't have your life suction cupped on the end of your nose. The observer card comes in protection to remind us that there is a bigger world out there and truths that are not necessarily the same as our own, but higher truths, which we discuss.
Well, they're
Sagittarius
good
always
at that.
loves those. But be open minded and don't be so narrow focused that your way is the only way.
And Sag, you can do this. So use the high voltage of all that Scorpio, and the Libra complements you because it's fire and air. If you add air to a fire, it gets bigger. So Sag, but just don't get like, you get so squirrely. I want to go. Like, just stay put.
Right, exactly, exactly.
Okay, Capricorn.
Video.
This is a really strong work month. Work month. Libra and Capricorn square each other. So it's not during October, Capricorns can feel like, why am I feeling pressured? Well, you're kind of good. It's a pressure thing. And there's 3 planets in Scorpio to your advantage.
And the
So when the
card is
full
why. Sorry. Okay, go on.
moon,
It's why.
yeah, that's exactly right. Why am I having to do so much more work?
Yeah.
It's the full moon on October 7th is going to square your Capricorn. It's a very hard working month. Now you're built for the job. This is your nature. I'm surprised you didn't just fast forward and just watch this because you don't waste time. And this is really good when it's difficult. It's not an easy month, but it's so that answer that question of why, like this is so frustrating. Change the storyline. So what's the second card?
Higher power and protection, which is you're not doing it all by yourself, right? So it's like that. There's a opportunity for the Capricorn personality to go. It's always me that does it. If I don't do it, it doesn't get done. Bah, 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 bah. Whereas this is saying, oh, wait a second. This is a really great month. I love to work hard. This is fantastic. And on top of that, I have a partner. It's a higher power. I can do my part and trust the rest of it happens. That's
My big directive for Capricorns in life is just don't complain. You want to work. You want to work. You want to take the lead. You know what you're doing. There's got 3 planets in Scorpio, and Jupiter is opposite you. There's a lot going on. Don't complain. Keep moving.
great. Aquarius.
Aquarius. If you're born January 19th to 20th, and you've got Pluto sitting on your head, and Neptune is supporting all of this, you're activated. AI is your middle name. You're looking at technology. You're looking at the future. There is and because you're being trined by Libra the first 3 weeks, Libra's air, your air, there is a very energetic energy there's a movement going. It could be demanding because all that Scorpio squaring the Aquarius. So you could feel like, why am I because Aquarius doesn't like pressure. They just like to do it on their terms, but there is pressure this month. There's a lot of energy going towards you. I'm so curious. What is it?
It's go the distance. So it's like, remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Aquarius, you can do it. You are activated. Your mind is on fire. You're loving all the people. You're exchanging all these ideas, etc., etc. Don't burn out by, remember, you also have to step back and take a break the odd time. And what was really interesting, this higher power came in the upright position. So you're feeling spiritually activated too. So like you recognize that there's some higher force in the world. I think this is fabulous. Like Aquarius is going to have a great month. Just don't let yourself get too like squirrely. Right? You know what I mean? Like, too much.
You're so right. When there's double Libra by the 21st, but the full moon in Aries, all that supports Aquarius until Scorpio arrives.
Yeah. Then
that's
whoop.
Yeah. So be conscious that you're in a very creative zone, Aquarius, and especially those early people.
Yeah.
Okay. The later in the month could feel a little bit like you're getting squished.
But easy to step out of it. Easy to step out of it.
And that's when there's 3 planets in Scorpio squaring Aquarius. You know that's about to happen because you watch this. Then you say, oh, right, I'm just going to keep going, taking the long view, and then you won't have to get caught in this negative energy.
Yeah.
And then last is anybody born March 16th to March 20th, you have Saturn on your sun and you're being forced. I meet so many of the Pisces right now. This is the last version of Saturn's on your sun, which means Pisces, discipline, health issues, staying the course, being able to heavy lift without getting caught thinking something's wrong, because it's going to leave. By February of 2026, February 15th, Pisces, you're out, but you're still under the influence of what's happened for the last 2.5 years. Now, the good news is Jupiter's trining you. Scorpio trines you. You're a water sign. It's very complementary. It's just those people born March 16th to 20th are like, ouch. And it's a very creative month for you because why? What does Pisces love that Libra loves? Art.
Yeah, love it.
Love.
Sounds like the entire month is good for my book. So here we go. For Pisces, balance. Balance. If you can say, today and stay in 24 hours, because I think that will really help you this month to narrow down a little bit, and to say, like, what is the best container for my energy today? Because remember, Saturn is about the container, is about discipline. It's about it's bringing it into a form, structure and form, and scaffolding, right? Do you know what I mean? So you're going to need that scaffolding this month, but you got happy. So even though we have all these things, and even though, like I always say, even though there's the chaos, you can still choose the happy without it being toxic positivity, right? It's not even about that. For Pisces, you have to remember, you love what you love. Well, you love art, you love beauty, you love spirituality,
Meditating, being quiet.
you love all that stuff. And that's what's being required of you. That will help you be in balance. So remember, all the things you love are the tools for you to grab.
Yeah. Pisces, you have permission, because I see this so much, and there were so many here this weekend. They dream and they get disappointed.
Yeah.
But this is not this month. Honestly, you have a lot of water in the heavens, because you're a water sign, supporting your dream and not letting it get negative, because that's where you're vulnerable during the Scorpio energy.
So remember what you love, right? Remember the things that you are most grateful for, that quality of gratitude, that quality of reverence and awe, just those things, even if you have to rely on a memory to remind yourself that you once felt that, because this too shall pass, whatever you're in. So just remember the gratitude of
And
the moment.
the other medicine for Pisces is to stop and meditate. Like, they're the people that love to meditate. I always tell people, you can't get a Gemini to meditate. You can't tell an Aries to meditate. But a Pisces, really, that's where they find their love affair. Like, if you need that, use it as your resource.
Love it. Totally love it. Well, that's it, everybody. You saw me and Debra Silverman for our monthly forecast, the Astro Oracle forecast. Check Debra out, debrasilvermanastrology.com. She's got a really great course coming up on the Tarot, and obviously the astrology in the Tarot, right? Am I right?
Yes. It's specifically the arc of consciousness in the Tarot. And who knew? Astrology is like so woven into the Tarot, but I'm teaching the Tarot first for those of you that don't know the astrology, and then secretly you'll be getting astrology.
No, it's so good. She's the best teacher, one of the best teachers on the planet.
Except for you.
Yes, both of us are. Just know we're good. Anyway,
we're two little witches that turned into priestesses, that turned into modern day speakers.
Well, yeah, and we are just old ladies with good ideas.
I love that.
And the mothers of all orphans is basically us.
And we get to watch all the women in our circle. It's so much fun watching Colette and I sharing our audience and wanting all of you to know that magic is real. That's what we've proven in our friendship and in our, look, I call it womanfestation. Look at we womanfested. She just finished her book. I finished my book, the I Don't Believe in Astrology book. We pour our hearts out to you guys. Why? Because spiritually, my book is somewhere.
Well, I'll show you my book.
There's yours.
I'm shamelessly self-promoting.
No, that's okay. You're supposed to. The art of manifesting is one of the doorways during Libra month. This is like a perfect time for you to be advertising.
Yeah, and I Don't Believe in Astrology. That was a bestseller already on the which was it, the Wall Street Journal? Oh, like whatever, all those journals and whatever. It's so great, and it's one of the best written books. I swear to God, I devoured it. And I was, when friends give their books to their other friends, you're like, oh boy, this better be good, because what if it's shitty? And it was amazing. So I was like,
for any of you that don't know astrology, but you want to have an entrance or a little, flirtation, that book will really land the plane. It will take it out.
And for those of you even who are into astrology and have been for a while, this book is going to remind you that there is a plane, and that you're really grounded in the ideas and stuff. And it's a great refresher, but there's so much more to it than just astrology. Really, it's deep psychology. It's so mystical. It's fantastic. It's sacred, and it's a keeper forever. Okay, Deb, we'll see you next month.
I love you, Colette.
I love you. Bye, everybody.